Hello YouTube Nation and welcome back for yet another vintage toy review kind of. We're gonna look today, got a Matty collector and just a random figure from Big Bad Toy Store here. So we're gonna look at BuzzOff Cartoon Edition on this side, and on this side Cartoon Edition Vultak, the Flying Zookeeper. So let's take a look at him. He is on Matty Creations right now. I don't know if he's sold out. I haven't looked ever since I purchased mine. On the way back, so you'll notice two big differences on his. They have a caricature art form thing, and then this is like the normal checklist. We're going to get to this one here in a second. Do like the fact that the Princess of Power stuff is coming out. I like the logo. Do remember him in the cartoon. I always thought he was a creepy dude. This one is as seen on Zoo Story. Interesting to see as seen on Zoo Story. And then again on this one we have as seen on Disappearing Dragon. So we do get some interesting cartoon going with them and everything else. Let's take a look at this one first because it's easier to pull out because it has the fantastic voila kind of pull out and go. Which is nice. I wish they all had it, but let's be fair and easy. When they're selling these in the store, that's not going to happen. Too much stuff to steal. So they do have a comic in here. Absolutely an individual comic to this character here at Matty Collector. Does it have anything about Matty? I almost said MattyCollector.com. You know what I'm talking about, the website. I've got Matty Collector on the brain. Cool little Hordak ship that's floating around here. Hopefully that's coming to us soon. That'd be cool. A Modulock happening back there. Looks like an origin story of some, but he is a Horde member, which is cool, and does fight the Fantastic Horde. Fights for the Fantastic Horde, but does fight She-Ra and Bo and all them. So we're gonna get this guy out as such. We got this little dude here. We're gonna throw that to the side. All right. So I don't know what this little guy is called. He looks like an octopus trash can kind of a thing. Looks very similar to what's on the. I mean, dude, I think it's like a coffee mug. It's a coffee mug that's evil. I wouldn't want to drink out of it. But the first thing that we notice about the cartoon is I do think he looks a lot like the cartoon character. The style for this is very good. Has a very ravenish, scarecrow, birdish feel. Wizard of Oz going. The Horde emblem is painted on his chest, which is nice. So no click pieces like you would get in a vintage style Hordak. Got two holes back here. We're gonna just plop his wings onto. They snapped in very nicely. And so he's not gonna be able to stand with the wings out as such, but does have a pretty girthy wingspan when that happens. That goes out, a pretty good hand length away with his little robot guy down here. I love the purple. A little shading. They do have some shading. It's maybe a little bit darker for me, but that's just me being picky. That's fantastic. I love the purple. I love the blue that pops both very nicely. I like the wraparound of the wings here. I think they did a fantastic job. Definitely would be worth having one of those flying clips, the clear ones, to have him kind of hovering over. Again, I still don't have my displays out. Sorry for hitting the camera for the 13th time. So I'm a little shaky at best on that. I don't have anything to kind of show it, and probably won't for quite a while, to be honest with you. But I'm hoping to here soon. I like this little guy. Leave me a comment. What's this little guy's name? Because I have no idea what this little guy's name is. It's an octopus trash can coffee pot. I don't know. I like it though. I'm pretty in on that. So let's go over here take a look at BuzzOff. I thought putting these two together, they'd have nothing to do with each other other than they're two Masters of the Universe figures that are winged. So we're going to put him over here. Let's put his little box kind of behind him like that. Y'all can't even see him, so that's really good of me. There we go. And then he can go right there. And then he's got his little comic. They can stand kind of right there. Fantastic. All right. Back to BuzzOff. Woo! Instead of chops, I'm just going to have, every time a figure falls to the floor, I'm going to give it a Ric Flair. We're just going to set him down for right now. So BuzzOff has had multiple, anything that's ever come down, that's came out with Masters of the Universe, this guy's getting it. One thing we do see here in the cartoon is a Mechanic and Mechanic's getting grappled there by Cobra Khan. So that's cool. Does come with his book. So we're looking at a Frosta, BuzzOff is here, and then Skeletor, the evil Lord of Destruction. It's kind of a see-through one, and it has an Orko kind of shirt, whatever Orko wears to it. So that's kind of an interesting one. I did skip on picking that one up this time just because I just wasn't feeling it. Hoping to maybe catch it on the back end where it is a discount there. Got it from Big Bad Toy Store. Does come in with the 2025 sticker. That's what that is. Having a hard time thinking. So I do not remember this one being in the collection that I had. I truly don't remember, but does look like we're getting some new characters in here, which is very, very nice. There's the Keldor, the stuff that's happening and all that. And then there's a Keldor and a Kronos sighting before the Trapjaw and Skeletor. That's interesting. Spoiler alert. I do believe that's a new one. All right, so I dig that. I hope they are changing the boxes on these for several, because BuzzOff never had anything to do with the evil Horde, and so to have an ominous Hordak looking over top of him is kind of weird to me. So we'll see how that plays out. Now let's get these out of here. Try to... Oh, lost an arm. Let's just rough them up a little bit. Get them out of there. Get BuzzOff's arm crickled back in here. That's good. All right, so he's coming with the normal articulation, the normal face, the normal brown on browns, the skin versus the boots and the claws. That's all pretty standard. Has his fuzzy undie-roos going on there. But this is a different thing for me that I've never really noticed, and you can let me know differently. But this helmet is non-removable, so that is sculpted on with the bee eyes going down as a visor or kind of a scopy kind of thing. I don't remember that ever happening in the cartoon. I'm going to have to see to do that. And I'm going to have to just remember and go back and look, because I do not think that did that. I thought it was a helmet. But, you know, blow me up in the comments. You can let me know. Does come with the normal staff scepter. Is he going to be able to hold this? So it does have, if you could see right there, two little, I guess, I don't really know what that would be called, but he's not grasping it with that one very well. And it does look like it's molded to do such. I just don't know if I can. There we go. Yeah, he just forces it in and it clicks in there. So he's holding it with his pincher hand, which is very, very cool. Dig it. I like it very much. Yeah. So for his wingspan, it does look like a retooled, reconfigured BuzzOff wing expansion here. So instead of 2 wings, we're getting like a butterfly effect, getting 4 for him. To compare the two's girth there, I mean, that's a pretty big wingspan for Vultak's compared to Vultak instead of BuzzOff's. But I do like BuzzOff's because it's very cartoon accurate, very butterfly, very finesse, to where those other wings were very robotic in the vintage and other releases and everything else. For me, these are a keeper on 100%. They both look great. I think they're still cartoon accurate. This has really become one of, if not, I like the Matty Collector thing. We'll not get into that in this video. We can argue about how bad it was or whatever later on down the line. I like being able to purchase these from big bad toy stores. I like the fact that Vultak's was open, and I did not get there the day of the release. I was actually a day late and looking kind of jokingly to see if I could get him, and he was still there. So that, I don't know if that means that the line is dying or if it's something other than that, but I dig them. We got two winged warriors, one from the evil horde. We got one of the good guys here from the Masters of the Universe. BuzzOff Vultak's fantastic from the cartoon collection. I think you should pick them up. And the next time, we'll see you next time. Enjoy some cartoons from where these guys were. Peace out.